Yo, what up? It's Jay Sparxx of Sparxx Media. So today, actually tonight, this is a late night interview tonight.
It is.
Normally, I get my stuff done by like 3 o'clock so that I can get it produced and sent out and all the BS, all the adult work. But tonight, it's a little different. There was a Saints game to tend to, so I had to make sure that we got that out of the way before we could do anything. Tori Whodat in the studio with me. What's up, girl?
What up, though?
You doing all right?
Man, I appreciate your patience. I had to watch the Saints lose the Niners. All love.
It happens.
Bless you, boys. It's all right. It happens. But I'm here.
True. So, all right, look, you and I have recently met in the last couple days, couple weeks, and already there's a buzz about you that I've heard that you've more than stood up to. It's been bigger than what I expected. You know, I heard people say, "Yo, you got to meet Tori. You got to meet Tori. You got to meet Tori." Mm-hmm. And then I was like, "Okay, all right, damn." And then I met you, and I was like, "Huh, I gotta meet Tori." Yeah. Like that. Okay, I get it. I get it. What is it about you? You have this, like, and people have said before, you have a magnetic personality where people are like, yeah, I met Tori. She's dope as hell.
Yeah.
Like, what'd you say to her? Nothing. Just met her. She was cool.
I think it just stems in just being sincere. It's like everything you see about me, or you sense about me is real.
Right.
You know, and I don't want to say what you see is what you get, because what you see is definitely not what you get,
right.
Especially when it comes to my persona, I think, on stage. But no, I have a genuine love for what I do, and a genuine appreciation for it, and for the people that support me and that care to know who I am. I think that resonates with people, because it's very rare to find that, because I think, we live in a very selfish world where people are after things for themselves.
Yep.
And when I say I'm about my people and I'm about my team and I'm about this craft, I'm very, very sincere when I say that.
How did you create your team? Because you do have one hell of a crew behind you.
Yeah.
When you come in somewhere, it's like, who the hell just walked in the building? Somebody's in here, and it's like, where do you get that? Because I know I've interviewed a lot of people, and I talk to a lot of people, and you always get that from somebody who's in this industry, where they're like, you got to watch out for the people that are attaching themselves to you to ride your coattails.
It took a lot of time to build what I have now, and a lot of disappointment. Because
right.
you can think that someone wants your best interest, is looking out for your best interest, and then time can prove you wrong, or
right.
tough situations can prove you wrong. But it just took a lot of networking, a lot of shaking a lot of people's hands,
right.
and a lot of time and effort, into going into hip hop shows, and just spending a lot of time with people. And the more you show yourself to people, the more they're going to show themselves to you. And so I felt like just investing myself into people, even if that meant being disappointed or being let down or not getting the same in return, is all part of the process. And so I'm the kind of person, I don't do anything unless I can do it right, and I can do it with the best quality.
Right.
And so for me, it was like I wasn't going to put out any work, or I wasn't going to do anything major until I had all my ducks in a row. And so I've been working behind the scenes in the city for a little while now,
right.
Building up material and building up my team. And I knew that once everything came together and we were able to push it out, that things are going to blow up. Phil's my dude. I've been working with Phil for a while now. We've just like I said, been throwing things in the pot and watching it brew, and having Rob Billions on my team now, and Zach with it's what we do. Having those guys in my corner is huge. And then Dak Crew, OGDK,
right.
The originals, Kimmy, Lizzie, Aaron, Norm, Princess, like those are my girls. And they've held me down and been at every show. Stayed at home with me on those nights where everybody else was going out. We stayed at home planning, and they sit in the room with me while
right.
I'm sitting there writing. That's that crew. So.
Nice. I'll get back to networking in a minute, because we were talking off the air about some networking stuff and what it can do for you and what it's done for you, especially recently. But I want to get, a lot of people, I think, in not only just in Memphis, but in any city that music comes from, where people are like, oh, it's just another so-and-so rapper. Oh, it's another so-and-so artist. One of my boys, and you and I talked about him, John Connor, from Flint, Michigan, probably one of the few rappers that have actually come out of Flint and made something. And people say, what is he, the next so-and-so? What is he, the next Dr. Dre? He's not the next anybody. He's the first John Connor.
Yeah.
And I feel the same way about you. You're not the next Trina,
Yeah.
you're the first Tori Whodat. So, like, what sets your music apart? Like, what makes your music what it is?
Well, it's funny that you asked that because I was actually just talking to my dad about it today, and I think that's what's so appealing about what I have to offer right now is that, you know, people ask you, you know, what influences you, or who do you sound like, or what can you compare to? And I can tell you all the things that influence me, but comparing me to somebody, I mean, if y'all can find somebody, y'all let me know. I haven't been able, and I don't mean that on like I'm better than this person, I'm better than everybody.
Yeah.
On the record, I never said that. But I'm saying
I heard it!
I'm saying in the sense that, like, you know, nobody's really doing what I'm doing. And, you know, nobody can really can touch what I touch. And, you know, I'm not going to name names, not going to name drop, but, you know, someone really important just recently stated that I was a movement, and that what I have going on is a movement. It's more than just rap. It's more than just music. It's a movement. And that he mentioned that he doesn't really get it, and I didn't take offense to that. He said he didn't really get it, but it's there and it's apparent and it's undeniable.
Right.
And so, you know, comparing me to somebody else, you know, any other female artists or artists in general, like I haven't found anybody that really, I guess, compares to what I'm doing. But as far as what influences me, you know, like I don't ever want to be a cliche, you know, I don't ever want to be anything typical or, you know, something that everybody hears, because that's all played out and they can listen to the next guy and what am I good for? So, you know, I just rap about things that are real to me. You know, I didn't grow up in the streets in the ghetto, but I didn't live the most posh life either. So, you know, I rap about my family and struggles I have with my family. You know, coming out as a lesbian woman, you know, that's huge. That was, you know, just in the past, you know, 2 years of my life has been a huge struggle of mine, and something that, you know, there's a lot of mixed emotions that are, you know, to either extremes that are involved. So, you know, I write about that, which, you know, what other artist right now is really touching, you know, tapping into the gay community. I guess you could argue Lady Gaga, but, you know, I'm speaking in terms of hip hop, but she's not gay, so it's like, you know, it's like you can say appreciate the love, but like you don't really know.
Now, do you worry about, and I'm gonna say when, not if, when you go out and you make this and you're heard on every radio station in the country and you start doing tours, do you worry about that people are going to be like, oh, she's just trying to, you know, make a big deal about lesbians and blah, you know what I mean? Because you know you're going to get hate from it. Regardless of whatever stance you take on anything you do, you're going to get hate. How much of a role are you going to play in that, and what do you expect the backlash to be from?
Yeah, I appreciate you asking that, because that's a question I've been asking myself. You know, it's like, you know, in defining, you know, who Tori Whodat is. Right. You know, as an artist, you know, as a brand. You know, how much of a stance am I going to take on this or that, or, you know, how much am I going to scream I'm a lesbian? Right. You know, I think my image itself kind of already tells you that up front. But, you know, I don't want to ignore that or play that down at all, but I don't want it to be the main focus either, because, you know, before anything else, I take pride in the fact that I'm a writer before I'm a rapper, and I'm a lyricist, and I want people to pay attention to, you know, what I have to say in the message. And that message isn't always something having to do with homosexuality or my sexuality in general. It doesn't always have to be some controversial message per se. You know, obviously I'm going to tap into that because it is such a big part of me, and it's something, you know, a pertinent issue in my life right now, and in the country, really. So, you know, it's obviously something that I'm going to, you know, speak on, but I don't want it to be a complete, total defining thing of Tori Whodat.
See, what I don't get is like, if Trey Songz says he can, you know, I'm here for the ladies and the drinks, and you were to say that, it's a completely different thing. Male rappers can rap about bitches and hoes all day long, but then when you come out and you say, I'm looking for the bitches and hoes, they're like, oh my God, what did she just say? Oh, she's a lesbian? Oh my God. And that changes the whole game.
It does.
And I think that somebody like you, you know, and I guess the way to say it, and don't take offense, is whatever way you play it, you could really make or break this so that you can define that and say, oh, Tori did it and it really wasn't that big of a deal. Like, I didn't even, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it's all about confidence, in my opinion. You know, because there was a time where, like, I listened to, like, the original recordings from my first mixtape, Tori Story, and I'm like, man, I was timid. You know, and, like, it's not as believable then. You know, I listened to the remastered version of Tori Story, and I'm like, I listened to some of my new stuff, I'm like, it's a whole new Tori Whodat. And so, you know, I think it's all about just being confident. And, you know, I know no matter what, I'm going to turn heads. I'm white. I'm female. I'm a lesbian. And, you know, I think my personality is just different. You know? And so I feel like no matter what, I'm going to get that reaction. Whether I rapped about my mama or I rapped about my dog. I rapped about, smoking weed last night, or I rapped about getting drunk, or which I don't really drink, y'all. So very rarely. Or
God, I wish I could say the same.
Or if I'm just broke, honestly. Or if I rapped about, being gay, or it doesn't matter. Like either way, no matter what I say, I'm gonna get that Whodat reaction.
Right.
Where's
Whodat come from? I think I know, but I want people to know.
Well, there's two reasons why that's in there. I mean, obviously, I'm from New Orleans. I'm from Kenner, Louisiana. It's where I was born. My dad moved us around a lot, so I've lived in Baltimore, I've lived in Chicago, I've lived obviously in Memphis for some time. But I claim New Orleans. That is my home. It's my heart. Right. Anybody who's from New Orleans understands that mentality. It's in your blood, and it's just a sense of pride that you can't really shake. So obviously it stems from that. The Saints, Whodat.
Right.
And I guess because I have such a love for the Saints, and everybody knew us from New Orleans. I'm always screaming 504. That it's just kind of stuck. Everybody called me Whodat. When I go to hip hop shows before I actually started rapping, people would know me as Whodat.
Right.
And then when I did start rapping, as soon as I step on stage, they go, Whodat? Whodat girl?
That's
what
perfect.
You doing, Whodat? And so it was just kind of a double. It just kind of made sense.
Right.
I thought about just going by Tori for a while, but I'm like, everybody's gonna call me Whodat anyway. So screw it.
We were talking about this too. Like you said, we're talking about college and dividing up time and things like that. Which I know everybody, any industry you go into, if it's more than a job and it's a career, which is what I consider what I do. It's not a job. It's a career. It's a lifestyle. And I know that you consider it the same way. You said you just want to put your heart and soul to it. What made you decide that this was it? Like this is the lane I need to pave. You know what I mean? You could have been like, okay, I just want to produce beats.
Yeah.
Or like I just like to write sweet poems that just happen to rhyme. But you were like, no, I'm gonna do something with this.
It's a process, and I think every artist goes through this. It's really scary if people are honest with themselves, because there's so many people out there right now I know I can name off artists off the top of my head just immediately I know in Memphis that have so much talent, but they'll never make it.
Right.
It's so much of it is the right person hearing you at the right time. And someone like me, I have control issues. I'll say that on the record. I have control issues. That's how I got to the point where I'm at today, is because I felt like I need to have my hand in everything. And if I could control every situation that I'm in, then I can determine the outcome. And so, for me, in this industry, so much of it is out of your control. You can grind, you can hustle, you can work as hard as you want, but sometimes if you just don't have it, or if it's just not meant to be, it's not going to work out. And so, for me, I was struggling with do I just want to maintain the love I have for this and just do it as a hobby, and have a safe plan A as school, or am I really going to put everything into this? So it was a process, and someone, like I said, me having the control issues that I have, and just for a while I've just maintained it as a hobby. And the more, I think it was when I dropped Tori's story for the first time, and the feedback I was getting, when you have people messaging you, telling you that your music or your lyrics or one of your songs or changed their lives, or like got them through their day. It's so cliche to say that, but like when you start getting those messages, like I just got one this morning. I woke up to one this morning, and girl said she watched the Headed Home video, and she said it literally changed the course of my life.
Nice.
And like hearing things like that, it's just like, it makes you realize that you're not just writing words, you're not just making music, that I feel like what I'm doing and what we're doing as a team right now is bigger than just a song or a CD or a show or even a career. I feel like it truly is a movement. And once that realization kind of came to me, and I had that epiphany, it was like, there's no other way. And I told y'all off the air before we came in that I talked to my father about it today, and he gave me the 2 thumbs up on not going to school next semester. And I didn't need his approval, but for the record, I don't need his approval. But,
come on, Dad.
But just hearing that from someone who does play it safe quite often, and who I know wants has my best interest at heart, to hear him say it's time to give it your all, like all your time, all your energy, just kind of rocked me.
Yeah.
That's why I'm able to do this interview right now and not cry about the Saints losing. But on the real, you have those people that, I feel like there's kind of 3 stages. You have those people that see it.
Mm-hmm.
They see the vision, and they see what could happen.
Yep.
And then you have those people in your life that believe it.
Yep.
They believe in you, and they believe that it could. They really, really believe that this is capable of happening. They don't just see the potential; they believe in it. And then you get to this point where there's people that trust it. And as myself, at being the hardest, being Tori Whodat, like I had to go through that. There was a time in my life where I just saw it. I'm like, yeah, that could happen. I enjoy doing this. Like I could see myself doing it. And then I got to the point where I was like, man, I really believe in this. Like, yeah. And I've been in that place for a while where I'm like, I believe this could happen. Like. I really believe it. I'd say it hit me this week, and I finally got to the point where I trust it. Mm-hmm. This whole week has been huge for me, not just me, but my entire team. Like, we trust it now, and that's why it's like I don't need to go to school. Like, this is it. Like, I trust this. This is gonna happen. I'm meant for this. There's no other option.
See, and that's what, and the reason that, like I said, I've got a couple friends that you're connected with that said you got to see Tori, you got to meet Tori, you got to this and that and that and that, and you came up in all these conversations, and then it was when I finally did meet you, I was like, okay, there's something there, and then you just confirmed it 2 times in this interview so far. You said I control everything I do so that I can control the outcome. That's probably one of the most intelligent things any person has ever said to me, because it seems like artists in so many different avenues will grind and hustle and make it to where they want to be, and then they turn over this to this person, they turn over that to this person. You manage this, you manage that, da-da-da-da. How? Why? What the hell did they do to get you there? Nothing. You got there, so you handle your business. So you said that, and then you said you believe in it and you trust it. Like that is, I think that's a perfect formula for success. I don't see where, if those 2 things come together with your talent and your delivery and the people you have on your team, I don't see how it could go any other way. And that's something that if you haven't met Tori, if you haven't seen her stuff, at least give it a chance. I know that there's people that love me, there's people that hate me, and it's like that in anything, but at least give it a chance. You know what I mean? And that's something that is, as you're listening to this interview and you're reading through the stories, seriously, take 2 minutes and hit up YouTube. Just Google it. It'll come up. I promise. It will. And then, who knows? Maybe you'll know somebody that knows Tori. Like we were talking about networking, which I want to get back to. You get to network with some pretty cool-ass people, especially recently from what I understand.
Yeah. Man, it's my team. They've set me up in some really great situations. Phil Jones, Phil Good Entertainment, Rob Billions, Rob Coletto with Memphis Rehearsal Complex, Zach with Is What We Do. Man, they've really put me in some incredible situations. I knew that I had to prove myself, that I was worthy. I did that this past year. I proved that I had the drive, the ambition, and the talent. And they just grabbed hold of me, and they're putting me in situations that, man, I've only dreamed of being. And this past Friday night, I got to shake hands with 8 Ball. It was a really special moment.
Nice.
Memphis legend.
Yeah.
I got to shake hands with 8 Ball. I actually cannot confirm a certain show that I may or may not be a part of.
I heard about it, and if it happens, we'll get that information.
Tomorrow morning, I'll be able to confirm it.
Okay,
That's when
cool.
The papers will be signed, but that is huge, and I wish I could just say the name.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm allowed to.
No. Don't put yourself in a bind.
I mean, it's huge, and it took everything in me not to cry at Club 152 when I found out. I was like, don't be a girl. Don't be a girl. I was like, fuck up. And so I just kind of grit my teeth, and I was like, that's really good news. Appreciate that.
Right,
my God. So, it was awesome. I have a few friends that are associated with some big names. It's just that, that, what do they call it? The 6 degree, what is it? The six degrees?
Separation? 6 degrees?
Yeah, something like that.
I have no idea.
You know what I mean.
I have no idea.
You get me.
I mean, I know what you're talking about. I don't know what it's called. Because, see, I didn't even attempt to go to college. I graduated from high school and was like, hey, I can talk shit on the radio. Cool. So,
well, it's just, I have a lot of things in the works right now.
Right.
That just make me feel like, it's all just kind of simmering. It's just waiting to happen.
Yep.
There's just so many things that are just in the works that are just waiting to happen. But No, I've worked with Matt Mages, and he's good friends with 8 Ball. He originally recorded Tori's Story and is my DJ and very, very good friend of mine. And right now I'm working, all my recording, mixing, and mastering is being done with Leo Goff, who is the engineer for Yo Gotti. So Leo and I that's my homie, and he's been talking about me to Gotti. So we'll see where that goes.
Nice.
A lot of good things in the works right now. It's just it's a special time. It's that time, and I think in everybody's career that they really start to feel that all that hard work is starting to pay off, and all that grind, all that hustling. There's little things here and there where it's just very encouraging, and those are the things that you need to keep you going when you've had so many nights of missing sleep and skipping meals, and it's this point where it's like you start to see the hard work pay off. So.
Yeah, and it's those little things that you can, on those nights where, because with every up comes a down, so those nights where you're down, you can look back and go, all right, this happened, so something else is coming.
Yeah, it's coming. And, I just always, and that's where I get this motivation from my team. They constantly push me. They constantly push me to write new and better material, level up as far as stage presence and everything else. And you got to push the limits. You can never get too comfortable. Because when you get comfortable, you get complacent.
Yeah.
When you get complacent, you start to coast, and the only way you can coast is downhill.
Yeah.
And so
true.
you constantly have to push yourself to level up, and to try new things and live outside the box. As cliche as it sounds, it's the truth. That's what we just try to do.
Nice.
Nothing typical about Tori Whodat.
I've noticed.
Right?
I've noticed just the way your crew rolls is just completely, and it's not like a bunch of freak shows. It's like it's just a presence that when you walk in.
I got powerhouses in this city that are on my side.
Yeah.
I couldn't have a better team, and I mean that from the bottom. I'm not just like initial, but everybody comes and like, oh yeah, my team, yeah, I'll do it for my team. But I'm serious. I would not be sitting here right now if it weren't for my team. And these guys are just. They got it together.
Nice.
They got it together. We're working. We're moving. I've been telling everybody we stopped jogging a little while ago. We're sprinting now.
Right.
We're moving.
Right.
We're moving.
Nice. Well, look, if you ever need a hype man, I'm really good at yelling.
I got you, Jay.
Yeah, no. I can do that. I can. That's perfect.
Let me hear Whodat, Jay.
Whodat,
yeah, boy.
It's perfect. And we can put a little effect on it.
You do it so well.
Awesome.
I'm very impressed.
Nah, just playing. Look, I look forward to hearing more stuff from you, and hopefully the next time that we talk on the record like this, it will be in a giant studio or somewhere backstage at an arena with 50,000 people sold out screaming Whodat.
You're always going to be my dude.
I appreciate it. I thank you for coming through. And look, what's your at Tori Whodat Twitter?
At Tori Whodat on Twitter, at Tori Whodat Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. Type in Tori Whodat, www.toriwhodat.bandcamp.com. I just uploaded the new version, remix and mastered of Tori Story. I was going to wait to drop it the new year, but I said forget about it. And we went ahead and dropped it. Because we're moving, we're sprinting.
Right.
And I'll have a new mixtape entitled Dat Crew. It's all cover songs, but a lot of fun, like 15, 16 tracks. I haven't decided yet. We're going to be dropping that in a month.
Okay.
But a lot of big things happening. So just stay on my Twitter. I update it quite often and let y'all know.
Definitely. Check her out. Make sure you get on that. Don't sleep on her because you'll be dreaming for a long time if you do. I'm telling you. Tori Whodat live here, Sparxx Media. Thanks for checking it out.